Sometimes the quiet is the loudest part. We were framed in the glow of the television, like background characters fading out. Your suitcase by the door kept its distance, like it already knew the road. I memorized the rhythm of your breathing, trying to slow the seconds down. The room felt smaller with every thought I was afraid to say out loud. You said nothing here is broken. I said, then why does it hurt? You talked about roads and open futures, like love was a lesson learned. The clock hit midnight right on cue, like the scene demanded it. Two people holding on to truth, but not brave enough to live in it. One last look, one last chance, one last moment slipping through our hands. The world didn't end, we did. In the space between stay and leave, no fire fell, no sky collapsed, just you not choosing me. History won't remember this, no headlines, no debris. The world didn't end, we did, quietly. But it changed me. Some endings don't explode, they just disappear into who we become. Tracing constellations on a ceiling made of doubt. Every dream felt close enough till we said it out loud. You said time is never honest, I said love can be, but even hope has boundaries. We were learning slowly, every step toward tomorrow felt like walking through goodbye. We were almost forever in the quiet and the noise. Every promise, every letter, every unmade choice. If the world had given mercy, if the timing had been kind, we were almost forever. For a moment in time. Now the nights feel wider with the silence see you in every face. The band begins to rise, like it knows where this will go. Some love stories don't end, they just soften as they close. We were almost forever, in the fire and the calm. Every reason pulling us close, every fear pulling us apart. If the stars had waited longer, if our hearts aligned, we were almost forever. For a moment in time. If I could live 1 second longer inside the best of you and me, I'd let the world keep turning just to stay where we used to be. Say my name like it's not ending, like we still have more to try. Some almost live forever, even after goodbye. We were almost forever. Hear the echoes as they rise, through the strings and broken heavens, through the years and through the nights. If love is measured by the feeling, not the years we couldn't find, we were almost forever. And that still changed my life. Almost forever. Almost forever. You talk like nothing's wrong, but your eyes don't stay long on mine anymore. We sit on opposite sides of the same old night, like we've been here before. Your phone lights up the room, I trace cracks in the floor, trying not to assume. The air feels thinner now, every pause feels loud when you don't reply. You say you're just tired, but your voice feels wired, like you're halfway gone. I rehearse what I'd say if I knew how to ask, if you're already moving on. We're losing each other between the lines, in the words we don't finish, and the looks we hide. If love's still here, it's quieter than before. We're losing each other between the lines. If I say your name, will you still turn around, or will it fall like a sound that doesn't make it out? We're losing each other between the lines, in the space where your hand used to be in mine. I don't need answers, I just need a sign. We're losing each other between the lines, between the lines. every time. You folded your coat like you'd be back, said it's late like that was all. Your voice was calm, your hands were shaking as you leaned against the wall. I memorized the way you paused before you said my name, like even speaking it out loud would never feel the same. You left the room empty, but you stayed in my head. Your cup was still beside the sink, the clock kept moving on. I sat right where you last stood, pretending you weren't gone. Every little sound felt louder, every shadow felt too long. I didn't know I quite could feel so heavy, feel so wrong. I keep waiting for the door to move, like it's something doors still do. You left the room empty, but you stayed in my head. Every word that we didn't say still echoing instead. I keep reaching for your shadow on the side of my bed. You left the room empty, but you stayed. If loving you means letting go, why does it feel like I'm losing air? I gave you everything I had and you left it standing there. Tell me, do you feel it too, or am I the only one still living in the moment right before you're gone? You left the room empty, but you stayed in my head. Every night I hear your name. In the silence you left the room empty, so empty. You stayed empty, empty. You stayed. This was the moment. We were standing on the edge of words, with a truth we didn't dare. Every promise felt too heavy, every silence filled the air. You said love shouldn't hurt like this, I said neither should goodbye. But we were losing something real every time we tried to lie. And it broke me right where we broke, in the space between stay and go. All the things we couldn't say out loud turned into the echo. If loving you was the cost, I would still pay it all, I know. Yeah, it broke me right where we broke, and I never let it go. Let it go. And now I see us from signs were there between us, but we read them out of time. I thought leaving would save us, thought the pain would slowly fade, but the hardest part of walking out is knowing what we gave. Every step just pulled me closer to the truth I tried to hide. If this is where it ends for us, then let me feel it one last time. If I could stop the moment falling, I would hold you in the storm. Let the world keep on collapsing if it meant we stayed warm. Say my name like you still need me. Tell me this was more than pain. Even broken love is honest. Even endings leave a flame. It broke me right where we broke, but I loved you all the same. Through the fire, through the silence, through the guilt and through the blame. If I'm carrying the pieces of a heart we couldn't save, yeah, it broke me right where we broke, but I do it all again. Right where we broke. Some love don't disappear, they just learn to live in smoke. Right where we broke. We were running on empty nights, broken plans and flashing lights. Every scar told us who we are, every fall just pulled us far. They said we fade, we lose the fight, but we're still here, still burning bright. Hands up, feel the ground shake, heartbeats getting louder. This is not where we break, this is where we get stronger. We're still standing, still alive, with fire in our eyes tonight. Every doubt we left behind, yeah, we're still standing. Hear the echo in our veins, every loss turned into flame. Say it loud, say it proud, we're still standing now. There were moments we almost quit, felt the dark closing in a bit, but the cracks let the daylight through, turn the pain into something true. If the road keeps testing me, I'll keep choosing who I'll be. We're still standing, still alive, with fire in our eyes tonight. Every doubt we left behind, yeah, we're still standing. Hear the echo in our veins, every loss turned into flame. Say it loud, say it proud, we're still standing now. Oh, we rise again. Oh, we rise again. Oh, feel it now. We rise again. If this is the moment they remember, let us show who we became. From the ashes to the thunder, we were never meant to fade. We're still standing, hands to the sky, every dream still alive tonight. From the dark to the brightest light, yeah, we're still standing. Let the world hear what we say. We're not done, we're on our way. Say it loud, say it proud, flickered like they knew something fragile was in view. You trade circles on your glass like you were stalling time to pass. The cafe closed, the clock stood still, your silence louder than your will. Every word hung in the air, waiting to be said somewhere. You said, life's been pulling me. I said, so has loving you. Your smile cracked just for a second, like it almost told the truth. Outside, rain began to fall out on cue, like in a film. Two hearts framed in yellow light, both afraid to bend or break the still. One breath away from saying more, one step back from opening the door. That was the night love hesitated, paused between the yes and no. We felt it, but we never named it, afraid of what we'd lose or know. If courage had been louder than if fear had just arrived too late, we wouldn't call it what we were, we'd call it fate. Now I replay that moment slow, every angle, every glow. I wonder who we'd be right now if one of us had broken out of the script we tried to follow, of the ending we both chose. Some loves don't die, they just stay frozen. That was the night love hesitated, but it never let me go. Every almost, every maybe still lives quietly in my bones. If time could cut a different scene, I'd run back just to say your name. 'Cause love was real, it just hesitated. Love hesitated, but it never left, never left me. We were quiet in the doorway light, saying things without a sound. Your jacket on my shoulder felt like the last thing I had found. We were standing on a sentence, neither brave enough to say. Every second leaning forward while our hearts pulled us away. I could feel the moment breaking, like a glass about to fall. One more step, one more heartbeat would have changed it all. We almost stayed, we almost tried, almost let the truth survive. Your hand slipped out of mine too late, too early for goodbye. We almost chose the harder road, almost learned how not to hide. Yeah, we almost stayed, but almost isn't time. Now the room still holds your laughter, like it's waiting for your name. Every corner knows the version of us before the change. I replay the smallest choices, like they're scenes I can't rewrite. If I'd asked you just to stay there, would we still be us tonight? We almost stayed, we almost tried, almost crossed that fragile line. Your eyes said more than words could say. what forever might have proved if fear hadn't spoken louder. If courage only grew, now I carry what we were in everything I do. Yeah, we almost stayed, and I'll always miss the you.
Short cinematic hit. Distant strings. Soft echo. Optional voice sample. I thought you'd stay.
The door closed slower than your words, your absence louder than the world. I searched the corners of the room for a trace of you, a shadow, a tune. The silence hit where laughter used to be, every wall a mirror reflecting me. I thought we had more time than this, but now the air tastes like what I miss. You left the room empty, and I can't fill the space. Your voice still haunts me, even though you're not in this place. You left the room empty, and I feel it in my chest. Some loves in quietly, but some leave the hardest mess. I replayed your smile, your goodbye, trying to find a reason why we ran on hope that couldn't hold. A story written but never told. Every step I take echoes your name. The world keeps moving but nothing's the same. I thought I'd see you once more, but doors close softly and slam the floor. If I could stop the clock tonight, or hold you closer, make it right, would we break or would we bend, or just repeat the same end again? Key change, climax, full strings, drums rise. I would have fought through every wall, through the shadows, through the fall, but you were already gone, and I'm standing here alone. Every memory burns like fire, every heartbeat calls for what we desire. Some loves leave the world behind, and I'm left catching ghosts of your mind. You left the room empty, but your echo still remains. I reach through the silence and touch the ghost of your name. You left the room empty, but it taught me how to stay. Some hearts don't end completely, they just leave the hardest way. Optional dramatic with broke or optional dramatic with broke. Optional dramatic. Cinematic pat. I let it go slowly. You left the room empty, and I stayed. for signals never heard. I watched your hands, your quiet glance, hoping for something, just a chance. The world kept spinning far too fast. Moments slipped before they'd last. I wanted to tell you how I felt, but the timing never seemed to help. You laughed like nothing could go wrong, but I knew I'd miss the song. Every step we took in sync felt one beat too late to link. I traced your face in fading light, wishing I could hold it right. Some loves don't need to fade away, they just miss the cue to stay. This was love that missed the cue. We were too close, yet never true. I still feel it when I think of you, a melody I almost knew. Slipped through our hands, we danced, but not to the same band. This was love that missed the cue, still alive in what we couldn't do. I close my eyes, I feel it too, a song unfinished, me and you. Layered strings or harmonies we'll hear. Soft cinematic fade, piano, airy pad, subtle echoes. Some loves don't end, they just pause, waiting for a time that never was. We were betting on a feeling when the odds were stacked against us. Everyone said be realistic, but love never listens. You were a risk I couldn't measure, a spark in the dark, no safety net. I knew the fall could break me, still I placed the bet. Every sign said walk away, but my heart doesn't play it safe. If this was only temporary, I still wanted every second I could take. I loved you in the long shot, when forever felt too far, when the world said we were crazy, and we probably were. I loved you in the long shot, when the ending wasn't clear, if hope was all we had to stand on. I was standing right here. lose it every time. Because safe never changed the world, and it never changed my mind. Field rise, the tension grows, drums return. Field rise, the tension grows, drums return. I loved you in the long shot, and I don't regret the fight. Some loves don't last forever, but they still define your life. I loved you in the long shot, and that truth still stands. If loving you was a risk, I was all in, no second Cinematic bad echoes, I don't need a guarantee, just a reason I believe. The city lights were falling slow, like they knew something we didn't know. Your jacket on my shoulders late, we laughed like love could beat its fate. The night felt endless, wide and warm, two quiet hearts before the storm. I memorized the way you stayed, like it was safe, like it was always. Morning came too honest, too clear, truths we'd outrun, finally here. You traced the future on my skin, then pulled away, unsure again. We spoke in plans, not guarantees, pretending time was on our side. Every promise said someday, but never said tonight. I felt the shift, I felt the pause, like love was breaking its own laws. If I asked you to be sure, would that make us anymore? You were almost forever, almost written in the stars. So close I could feel it, then it slipped right through my arms. You were almost forever in the way you said my name. Some loves don't need to end to never be the same. Climax, strings swell, drums rise. I would have stayed through every doubt, through the dark, through figuring it out. But you were standing half inside, one foot ready to say goodbye. So if this ends without a sound, no, I still believe somehow that love was more than what we were. You were almost forever, you were almost forever, and that still means something to me. Some hearts don't get a lifetime, just a moment they'll always keep. You were almost forever, not a lie, not a mistake, just a future we could see, but never quite reach. Cinematic fade, echoing vocals, pad dissolves almost forever. We stopped fighting, thought them in peace, but but silence cuts deeper than honesty. You smile like everything was fine, while pulling further out of my life. We shared a room, but not our fears. Talked in circles, never sincere. I kept waiting for a sign. You were still holding on to mine. I felt the distance growing slow, like the truth we didn't wanna know. Every word we didn't say pushed you quietly away. I lost you in the quiet, not in the fire, not in the pain. We didn't break, we faded, till love just whispered out your name. I lost you in the silence, between I'm fine and I don't know. You didn't leave all at once, you disappeared slow. Now I hear songs we used to love. They hit harder than giving up. Funny how the loudest nights were covering the soft goodbyes. I replay moments in my head, looking for where we turned instead of choosing truth. We chose the calm and slowly let each other go. I lost you in the quiet, in the calm before the end. We saved ourselves from arguments, but lost our honesty instead. I lost you in the silence, where we thought we'd be okay. But love needs noise to stay alive, and we were afraid. Emotional peak strings rise, subtle key lift. I would have stayed if you just said that you were scared, like I was then. I would have fought, I would have tried, if you hadn't closed the door inside. So if you hear this song someday, no, I didn't walk away. I was standing right there till the quiet took you from me. I lost you in the quiet, but I still hear you every night. Some loves don't end in anger, they just run out of light. I lost you in the silence, but I'm learning to let go. If love ever finds us again, I hope it speaks up more. I didn't lose you all at once, just little by little, in the quiet. I gave it all away. I traced your name in borrowed light, like it would make you stay the night. I bent my truth to fit your fears, called it love, ignored the tears. I held my breath through every sign that warned my heart you weren't mine. I told myself the hurt was proof that I was still holding you. Every time you pulled away, I stepped closer into pain. I thought if I lost enough, you might finally stay. I gave you my days, my nights, my soul, every part I couldn't hold. I paid the price, I lost my wings for a love that cost me everything. I broke my heart to keep you whole, set myself on fire slow. silence like a prayer. Knelt in rooms you never cared. I made a home inside your doubt while you were halfway walking out. I wore your words like second skin, defended all the ways you sinned. I stayed when staying felt like loss, still called it love no matter the cost. I kept hoping you would see what you would do into me. I thought love meant letting bleed if it meant you wouldn't leave. I gave you my days, my nights, my soul, every part I couldn't hold. I paid the price, I lost my wings for a love that cost me everything. I broke my heart to keep you whole, set myself on fire slow. I do it all again, it seems, for a love that cost me everything. Maybe love was never meant to be a debt I couldn't end. I mistook pain for devotion and silence for commitment. If losing me was what you chose, then I hope you feel it close. Not as guilt, not as regret, but as the weight of what you left. I gave you my days, my nights, my soul, every dream I never told. I crossed my lines, I lost my wings for a love that cost me everything. Now I'm learning how to breathe without begging you to need me. I survived what almost ended me, the love that cost me everything. I gave it all, now I'm finally free. We talked like nothing was wrong, like time hadn't stretched us thin. Your smile stayed where it belonged, but your eyes weren't letting me in. The room felt bigger than before, every word had space to land. I stood right where we used to be, still reaching for your hand. You said love doesn't always leave, sometimes it just goes quiet. It waits in corners we don't see, till we stop trying to find it. We moved around the truth all night, like it might break if I said too loud. Two hearts sharing borrowed air, not lost, just not found. This is a space love forgot, where we still care, but it's not enough. I feel you close, I feel you not, like a memory learning to let go of us. Sparks to piano drops, voice exposed. I would have stayed inside the dark if staying meant staying with you. But love shouldn't feel like holding breath, just hoping we make it through. This is a space love forgot, where every promise falls apart. I don't blame you, I don't stop, I just quietly break my heart. This is the place we what we were, where it sleeps. We were standing under broken lights, city breathing in black and white. Said my name like you weren't sure if it still meant what it did before. We laughed like nothing had changed, but every smile felt slightly staged. Two hearts out of sync somehow, same place, wrong moment now. I felt it coming, couldn't stop, like a second hand about to drop. If I reached for you tonight, would it fix us or just rewind? It was the night we lost time and still had love, but the clock kept lying. Hands in mine, but the future faded. Right love, badly dated. We were close but not aligned, missed forever by a moment in time. Say what you want, we were trying. That was the night we lost time. Between us both, we danced around the things we feared. Like if we ignored them, they disappear. Every memory hit too fast, future built from a broken past. We were wrong, just out of phase. Same song, different page. It was the night we lost time and still had sparks, but the stars stopped shining. Hearts still loud, but the silence waited. Right love, badly dated. We were close, but not aligned, missed forever by a moment in time. Say what you want, we were trying. That was the night we lost timing. It was the night we lost timing, but I'll always feel you beside me. If the world ever lets us rewind it, I'd meet you 1 second earlier. We were close, we were live, two flames burning out of time. If love returns when stars align, I'll remember the night we lost timing. We sat in silence, side by side. Words lined up and nowhere to hide. Your hands were shaking next to mine, like you already crossed that line. The clock was loud, the room felt small. Pictures watched us from the walls. Every second felt like a sign that this moment was losing time. This is the quiet before goodbye, where every truth is left unsaid. I still see it in your eyes. You're already gone in your head. said we tried, like that was peace, like love just ends so easily. I nodded like I understood, even though my heart never could. I memorized the way you breathe, like I need it when you leave. Funny how we hold on tight right before the last good night. If I ask you to stay right now, would it change a single sound, or would we just delay the pain, say goodbye a different way? This is the quiet bit before goodbye, where hope and fear collide. I don't scream, I don't cry, I just watch a moment die. Emotional peak, strings rise, drums enter. I would've loved you through the dark, through the falling, through the scars. I would've stayed when it was hard, but you were already too far gone. So if this ends right here tonight, know I gave you all my light. Some loves don't fade, they fracture slow, and this one's gonna hurt me most. This is the quiet before goodbye. Don't say it, don't say it. I feel the ending closing in. I still feel you here. If love is timing, we miss the sign. Just the same, but you'll always know you were mine. Even after this fade paths, vocal echo. I don't chase, I don't fight, I just stand in the quiet before goodbye. Short cinematic hit, distant strings, low pop. We thought this would last forever. We were fire in a fragile town, two hearts thinking they wouldn't burn down. Every promise felt bulletproof. We were young enough to call it true. We ran fast with our eyes closed, built a dream out of hope and hope. Didn't see the cracks appear till the silence got too loud to hear. We almost changed the world that night, with our hands shaking, holding tight. If love was enough, we'd still be here, but almost hurts more than fear. We almost made forever real, almost learned how not to feel. Now I'm standing in the afterglow of a love we almost didn't lose. Now I see it in a different light, how we fought just to prove we were right. Every tear was a warning sign, but we called it passion every time. I don't blame you, I don't run. Some battles end before they're won. We didn't fail, we just outgrew the versions of us we always knew. If I could stop that moment before it broke, before the last word we never spoke, I still choose you. Even then, even knowing how it ends. Key change, drums drop, choir swells. If love's a war, we were brave. But bravery doesn't always save. We gave our best, we gave our all. Even heroes sometimes fall. So let the sky come crashing down. Let the echoes shake this ground. This isn't lost, this is proof. We were real, we were true. We almost changed the world that night. Now it lives in the songs we write. If love was enough, we'd still be here, but almost still feel sincere. We almost touched eternity in a moment that still lives in me. I won't forget what we went through. I'll always believe in me and you. Dramatic falls, we almost. That has to mean something. Let it pass, fading strings. Some loves don't last, they light the way. The lights are low, the clock won't move. Your shadow still lives in this room. I trace the cracks along the wall, like they might tell me where we went wrong. I speak in thoughts I never said. Let them echo inside my head. Every almost, every maybe still feels close, still feels heavy. I kept your name inside my chest, like a secret I couldn't confess. We smiled through the quiet doubts, afraid of what the truth would shout. You looked at me like you knew that love can hurt when it's too true. We stood so near the edge of us, not falling, just afraid to jump. There's a quiet between us now, where our love used to be loud. I don't hate you, I don't blame. I just miss who we were that way. If I close my eyes, you're still here. In the silence, I still hear all the words we never chose, living in the quiet we left alone. Your voice fades like a distant train, still moving through my name. I let it pass, I let it go, even if my heart says no. There's a quiet between us now, but I hold it gently somehow. Not every love is meant to stay. Some just teach us how to change. If I meet you in another life, I hope the timing's on our side. Till then I'll keep where we once were, safe inside the quiet between us. Soft cinematic fade pad like strings. I turn the light off, let it end. Not broken, just different. The city held its breath that evening, streetlights trembling in the rain. We stood beneath an unanswered moment, calling silence by our names. Your hand was close but undecided, like it forgot what it was for. Every step felt like a question neither of us asked before. Time slowed down between our shadows, every sound too sharp to real. I saw the words behind your eyes, the ones you almost let me feel. A car passed by like nothing mattered. Life kept moving unaware that right there in that second, everything we were was there. There's a pause before forever, where the truth is almost said, where the heart leans toward the answer, but the fear speaks up instead. It was the night love hesitated right before it crossed the line. We were close enough to feel it, but too scared to call it mine. One more breath, one step closer, one more chance we didn't take. Yeah, it was the night love hesitated, and nothing was the same. Sometimes it's not the falling that breaks you in two. It's knowing what you wanted and watching it slip through. If I'd said your name out loud, would you have stayed that night? Or was love just testing us to see who'd fight? It was the night love hesitated, and we felt it in our bones. Every almost, every maybe still echoes when I'm alone. We were standing in the doorway of a life we didn't choose. Yeah, it was the night love hesitated, and I still feel you. Some moments don't end, they just fade away, fade